Welcome to the WanderLearn podcast. I'm your host, France Tapon. This is a short introduction to this episode, which is part of a 7-part series with a Mozambican who is named Julio Muhorro. He is a power coach, facilitator, and speaker from Mozambique. Make sure you listen to the other episodes if you've missed them. And this episode, by the way, is brought to you by my patrons at patreon.com/ftapon. Go there and get some rewards. Thanks. When you go back to Mozambique to visit your family, do you breathe a sigh of relief? Finally, this is so much nicer.
Actually, no. Again, it comes down, I guess, for being mixed again. To give an example, I never thought, and even in South Africa, in this particular trip, I was playing with people, so where do I am from? And I got Moroccan, I got Congolese, I got places that I never thought. But even when I was in the Middle East, people would greet him salam alaikum. And I know how to answer alaikum salam, but it stops there. And I know a few words in Arab. But I guess it's very easy for you to think that I'm local and I'm from your tribe. If I tell you, my mom is black and my dad was colored, can you please, just stay with me in the same environment nicely and peacefully? People sort of understand that. So that's when people usually ask me stuff around racism or that. For me, it's very hard to give the perspective that other people will, because it's not how I grew up, even within my own family. To give an idea, I have white cousins, I have black cousins, I have Arab cousins. So for me, there's a conversation that's doesn't really resonate in the way that resonates with other people. Not because they were wrong, just I didn't have those experiences growing up.
Julio, what I love about you is that you have such a positive outlook on life. And in the United States lately, there's something of what we call woke and people who are very victim focused.
Yeah.
And so not everybody, but many people try to be the victim and want to be the victim in the United States. And I'm oppressed and stuff like that. And so what happens is that people of mixed race, of mixed backgrounds, people who kind of look like you, kind of tannish skin, they'll then say I've got the worst of both worlds. It's terrible because I'm neither white, I'm not accepted in the white community, and the black community rejects me and says, you're not black, and just everybody rejects me. I'm the victim. It's hard. I can't integrate anywhere. And so this is their attitude. And so just because they want to be the victim so badly. And so it's my God, it's why can't you look at it on the positive? Why can't you look at it like Julio looks at it, which is, hey, I've got the best of both worlds here. I can integrate anywhere I want and I'm accepted anywhere I want. I mean, that's the empowering way of looking at things. And that's probably why you're successful and why these victim people who are just, crying about how they're miserable being mixed race are sad and despondent and not getting anywhere in life.
And absolutely. I always say that it's usually people tell you out loud stuff that you'd be telling yourself in silent.
Right.
I've been in many situations, especially here in South Africa, where someone will consider as an act of racism towards me, and I'm clueless, completely clueless. And not because I'm ignorant, just because it's not in my radar. The other day I was riding the Ho train. It's the subway here. And I was saying, in front of me, there was this old white lady and she started really staring at me. I was like, well, maybe she's mistaking me for someone else. It happens. And I was like, so are you okay?
Or maybe I'm just really good looking. I mean, that's
exactly right. But an old lady on a subway, let me sure that she's safe, right? And I was like, hi, so how are you? Is there any problem? She goes no, but what are you? And I started laughing immediately. I was like, well, I think I'm a human being. I don't know. Some days I think that I'm an alien, right? And she goes, but what's your background? And I look back to my chair and I go a blue chair? She's like, no, you are not white. And I'm like, of course I'm not white. You're not black. I'm like, okay. And she goes you look like colored. And colored here in South Africa is the mixture of black and white. And, but she goes, but those eyes of yours, they're quite close. So you're not fully a colored. And I'm like, you're getting there. And she goes, oh my God, you are mixed. I'm like, yes, you nailed it in the head. And I'm like, I'm going to pray for him. Like, please do pray. I'm taking prayers. And then she leaves in the next stop. And I was two friends, actually, a white and a black friend. They were pissed off. I was having the time of my life with this lady. They make me laugh a lot, but they were quite pissed off. And it's because for me, there was never an engagement of a racist behavior. But again, I don't come with that mindset first. So people I think people also feel awkward on doing that with someone that feels confident and is confident in his own skin. So I guess I'm trying to go back to your point that if you're feeling a victim, people will actually confirm that. So you need to change how you feel about yourself first so that people can start treating you as you want to be treated. Because in the end of the day, you give the world example on how to treat you. And you don't get what you wish, you get what you tolerate. So the responsibility is in you first and foremost.
I love what you're saying there, Julio. It's so well said. And I really appreciate that, because I think sometimes you're right. If you want to be a victim, there's no shortage of things that you can find.
Not at all.
There's a long list.
I have them as well.
Almost every single one. Exactly right. Whenever you need to feel sorry for yourself, there's that list. Yeah. But it's true. And that ends this episode of the WanderLearn podcast, where we explore travel, technology, and transformation. If you'd like to see the show notes with links to what we've talked about, go to wanderlearn.com and click on this episode. If you'd like to connect with me, just remember Tapon. That's my first initial and my last name. Tapon is always my social media username. My website is ftapon.com. Do you want to leave me an anonymous voicemail where you can make a comment or ask a question? Then go to speakpipe.com/ftapon. Furthermore, if you'd like to get rewarded for supporting my projects, then go to patreon.com/ftapon. That's where you can pick up some remarkable rewards for as little as $2 a month. Now, 5 quick favors. Number 1, subscribe to the WanderLearn podcast. 2, download it. 3, share it. 4, review it. And 5, sign up for my newsletter at wanderlearn.com. Our theme music was composed by Eric Stratman. This is Francis Tapon, encouraging you to wander and learn.